What is up, you guys? So, on today's episode, we are going to be talking about life being on autopilot. The reason why I wanted to discuss this is because I feel like a lot of us eventually get to a point in our lives where we feel like things are so repetitive. It gets boring. It's like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Why am I doing this? And it kind of feels like life is on autopilot. And I can't help but to think of the movie The Matrix. There was a scene in the movie where I don't know why I cannot think of his name. Was it Neo? Neo. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Neo, he was working. This was actually the most recent one. The one that just came out. He was working and it was like his life was on autopilot. Like he would get up, he would go to work, he would have conversations with his coworkers, he'd go home, go to sleep, wake up, shower, work, do the same thing over and over again. And it was just like this autopilot thing. And I feel like for me, I've been going through that same experience of feeling like life is just on autopilot. And the reason why I want to have this conversation today is because I want to talk about how to get through this and what we need to do when we're going through these emotions and when we are experiencing life feeling like it's on autopilot. So that's why we're having this conversation today. So let's just jump right in. I feel like when you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, I don't know, and it's so weird, you guys, because I'm so used to just things being the way it is and just flowing, like just naturally flowing with it. I don't know what it is about this year for me. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I don't know if it's because everybody's feeling this way, because I've been seeing a lot of people say they feel this way. But normally things would just flow naturally for me. I would just go to work, I would go to school, I would come home, I would, scroll through my phone, I would do what I do. And it's like, as of lately, I've been feeling like autopilot. Like it's a repeated thing. It's repetitive. And it's kind of seeming like it's robotic. And I can't help but to question, because I know, like, if you're gonna learn that I'm I'm into conspiracies. I like to just think outside the box. I like to watch videos that has me, that gets me to question a lot of things, get you to think type of videos. And I've been coming across a lot of videos talking about the vibration of the planet changing and us vibrating on a higher frequency and so on and so forth. And for me, I'm just realizing that I can't help but think that that has a lot to do with why we are all feeling this way, right? Because normally we can just flow, and it's like now it just feels like robotic. Like it feels like it's not real. And for me, y'all, these flies are just pissing me off. I'm sorry. For me, I just feel like I need to kind of switch things up a bit. And I feel like a lot of people, when we start going through this autopilot thing, we start to do things that we won't normally do. We start to hang around people that we shouldn't be hanging around. We start to do things that is low vibrational. We start to kind of gravitate towards drama, gravitate towards negativity, and so on and so forth. So I feel like when you are going through a phase of your life where you feel like life is on autopilot, the best thing for you to do is start living. Like, just do things that you've never done before. Make the decision to be different, do different, do things that you've never done before, because I think we are all going through these emotions and we are all feeling this vibration, and it's challenging and it's very depressing. It could be very depressing. Me being 25, young, single, with no kids, I do have a lot of time on my hands. So like when I'm not working, it's just like, it's hard for me not to indulge in things that I shouldn't be indulging in. Like I would start to want to eat a lot. I would start to want to like just talk to people that I shouldn't be talking to out of boredom. It's just like one of those things where, you know, it's like, what is that saying? That saying when it says your mind becomes the devil playground when you are bored, which is why it's good to stay busy. So I would just say when you start feeling like this, stay busy, you know, get out the house, do things you've never done before, sign up for things. Like for me personally, I want to take a swimming class. I really do. I really want to take swimming classes. I don't know why. Something's telling me like, girl, you need to learn how to swim. I do plan on doing a lot of like overseas trips, and I want to jump off the boat and I want to get inside the water and be able to swim. And I can't do that right now. And it's like, what if we have like a tsunami and it's like water? I can't swim. Like you're automatically gonna drown. Like, so I really want to take a swimming class for sure. But you guys, I've really been feeling like I need something new. Like I have to move and I have to stop doing what I've been doing. And it's like my soul is telling me like, yeah, this is a dub, like on to the next. But the hardest part for me is being consistent and not allowing my boredom to trick me into doing things that I shouldn't be doing, or get me out of, distract me. And then you ask yourself, why do they have all of these movies, social media? Why do we have entertainers? And it makes so much sense now. The reason why we have these people is to keep us embottled in this life that we are not literally supposed to, that we're not naturally supposed to live. Because when you think about it, it's like, what is life right now? What is life right now? Like, we only supposed to work, pay bills. Like, how could you not fall? And I hate to say it like this because it's going to sound so harsh, but it's like, how could you not fall into wanting to do drugs? How could you not fall into wanting to do things that you know you're not supposed to be doing? How could you not fall into being in a low vibrational place? You know, when you are already, when the stakes are already against you, because let's be real, a lot of us, we're not born with privilege. We're not born with resources, you know, and a lot of us are born in environments that it's hard to get up out of. And if you just have a lot of people are not mentally strong to be able to overcome a lot of obstacles in life. So for the people that's not mentally strong enough, how could you not fall into wanting to resort to drugs or wanting to resort to violence, because that's what keep you entertained? It's like a captive. It's just like this big pool of things, that this monopoly game, I guess you can say. It's like, how could you not fall into that when this is the life that we are living? And you're telling me that for the rest of my life until I'm 65, I have to do this. I have to go to this job every day, Monday through Friday. I got to pay these bills every day, Monday through Friday. I mean, every first of the month, we got to pay these bills. And then once we get 65, we got to just roll over, go to the nursing home and be taken care of, and then die. Like, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, what the hell? So it's really hard not to fall into temptations of low vibrational things. And I feel like, protect your energy, you know? And going back to what I was saying earlier when I was talking about why they create these movies and why they have entertainers and why they put so much energy in making movies and put so much energy in doing what they do to keep us entertained, is because that is the power to keep us in this illusion, because once you detach from that and you look up and you be like, what the hell are we really doing? Like, because this is the real life. I'm in my phone and I'm just like, my soul ain't vibrating no more. Like, this stuff is like, okay, yeah, it's entertaining, but it's dead feeling. It feels like dull. It's like, what exactly am I doing right now? Like, I don't want to go to this job because I hate it. So, but I gotta pay my bills. And then you come home and then you scrolling through, like, it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Seriously, like, that's just kind of how I've been feeling these days, y'all. And I know I hate to sound suicidal, but I'm starting to understand why a lot of people want to commit suicide. And I hate to say it, I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. I want you to just really just, come to my perspective of what I'm saying, of how I'm feeling. I can genuinely understand why people think about ending their life, because it's like, when you think about it, life is a big game that nobody asks to play, but we all have no choice but to play it. And when you start waking up and realizing things for what it is, some people can't take that. Some people can't just be here for the next 50 years and going to a job that they hate, going around people that they hate, paying bills on autopilot every month on the first of the month, doing all that while still having to deal with life and the things that life throws at you. And then you wonder why people are overweight, because people are clinging on to food for comfort. You wonder why people are doing violent things, because life, like, it's like a setup. It's like this big game, and the people that is the most the most mentally strong, that can, I guess, rise above the bullshit, are the ones that can play the game to the best of their ability. But the ones that are faced with a lot of obstacles, the ones that are faced with, being around violence growing up, and so on and so forth, not having any money, just not having a good life, growing up and fall into the categories of going to jail and, doing low vibrational things, killing and drugs. And I ask myself, like, why are these people on the street? Why do we have these older people on the street? I come from a family that has mental illness. And my brother, I love him to death, he has a mental illness. And I know that if he didn't have the help that he has from all of us, he most likely would be on the streets, simply because he has a mental illness. He cannot work. Like, he literally cannot work. He can't help it. There's a lot of people on the streets who families have given up on them. And they're on the streets because they can't work. Even if they try, they can't keep a job. They're not ethical enough to work, and it's just this big, it's crazy, you guys. It's crazy. Like, my mind is racing. I'm going from different scenario to different scenario. But my overall purpose of this conversation is life. What is life right now? What is it? It feels like a game. Well, it is a game. And it's tough. It's very tough. And it seems like since the pandemic, things has definitely gotten a lot more tougher. Things feel so much different now. And I just want to say to everybody that is feeling the same way that I'm feeling, because I'm pretty sure a lot of us are feeling the same way, to my peers that are feeling the same way, I am sending positive vibes your way. I'm sending strength. I'm sending mental strength. I'm sending good energy. Because this is hard, y'all. This is hard. It is. It is. It's hard. But I'm going to tell you how to beat it. Stay busy. Do things that make you happy. Unfortunately, it's only one way out. And we all know what that is. And please, I'm not encouraging suicide, so please don't end your life. But I'm just saying, a lot of us have no choice. Well, everybody has no choice but to play it. So how do we play it? How do we win the game? We win the game by doing what we gotta do, but finding things that make us happy and really putting our energy in those things. Finding hobbies, finding a purpose, and going after it. Don't let work consume you. Don't let your job, your bills, your problems, the negativity, social media, don't let none of that consume you. Get involved in your real life. Get outside, touch some grass, get in some water, read a book, dance. Even when you're feeling low vibrational, push yourself. You gotta push yourself. Get out that bed, take a shower. Even if you just finna get in a car and walk, go for a walk. Or get in the car and go to the store and just do some window shopping. I don't care if you ain't got $1 in your pocket. Get involved in your real life and find the things in your real life that makes you happy. Because this is some dark times, y'all. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I'm realizing that life has always been like this. Maybe so. But it's tough, y'all. Life is not easy at all. And I don't want to ever make a person think that it's easy for me, because it's not. I'm a strong person. I'm going to get through it. We are going to get through it. I'm going to live the best life that I can live. But I'm just giving y'all the reality of what a lot of us are going through sometimes when we feeling low, when we feeling depression. It's because of autopilot. Life feel like it's on autopilot. I have work tonight. And I'm blessed to be able to work not often. I have a lot of time on my hands, you guys. So it's so much things that I'm about to start doing, because I'm about to just start living. But I would just say, if you got a job, even if you don't like your job, baby, be grateful. Gratitude will take you a long way. The only thing that what you need, your superpower in all of this, you guys, is positivity and gratitude. Even if you hate your job, I need you to go to work and say, I am so grateful that I have a job, because there's somebody out here right now that would love to have this job. I'm so grateful that I have a roof over my head, because there's somebody out here right now that does not have a roof over their head. I'm so very grateful to have a car. I'm grateful to be in good health. I'm grateful to be able to breathe. I'm grateful to be able to be here to make these memories. So I just want everybody to understand that it's hard. It is. It is, you guys. But remaining positive is what's going to help you. That is your superpower in this life. Because if you are just going with the flow and waking up and doing what you got to do, and you're not making time to nourish yourself, you're not making time to do things that really speak to you and feed your soul, you can fall into dark places. Because then you're going to start feeling like what? Life on autopilot. So my purpose of this podcast today is to encourage you, if you are feeling this way, is to encourage you to live every day with gratitude protect your energy, protect your peace, and live your life. Literally, live your life. Don't just do what needs to be done and when in your free time you on social media. No, I'm talking about get up and live your life. Do things you would have never thought you would do. Even if it's the smallest things. Because the little things start little, but they end up being very big. So, this is what I want everybody that's watching this to start doing. One day out the week is a day for yourself. And I want that one day, you use one day out the week to do something that you really, really love and get lost in it. Get lost. Forget about everything and get lost. If you like playing basketball, go play some basketball and get lost in it. If you like doing makeup, do some makeup and get lost in it. If you like reading books, go get the best book with the best stories and read and get lost in it. If you like nature, you like pets, go to the zoo, get lost in it. We have to protect our energy, you guys, because these is some dark times we living in, you guys. It really is. And I feel like we are all picking up on that energy, and it's a spiritual warfare, and a lot of us can't see it, but we can feel it. Because baby, when I tell y'all, I ain't never in my life felt like I was on autopilot. But it's something about this year where it's like every day it's like a repetitive thing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm rewriting my schedules as we speak, you guys. Like we gotta get grounded. This is some tough stuff. And the only thing that's gonna save you during these hard times is a positive mindset and gratitude. And the will. So that's all I have to say today, you guys. Follow me on social media. I have all of my information linked down below. I will talk to you guys next week. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye.